What it do to my fellow alchemists out there? What is going on to everybody? Hey, happy new week. Happy new week. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week. I hope you are, being productive this week. If there's some things on your to-do list that you need to knock off, I hope you have been able to do so. I hope y'all have had peace, a sense of peace this week, a sense of joy. You've been able to laugh. You've been able to see some miracles happen, some blessings. You've been able to realize, a few things about yourself, about the world around you. I'm doing pretty okay. You know what I'm saying? This week has been tough. I'm not going to even lie to y'all. I'm going to be 100% transparent. This week has been very tough. But in spite of what I've been through, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I hope everybody else is doing okay too. If you're not, I'm sending you peace, love, joy, and positive vibes. I'm hoping that whatever you're going through, you can get through. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. You can see the rainbow at the end of the rain. I'm wishing y'all just the best. I'm wishing all of y'all the best, whoever's watching. Yes, this is episode 9 of Motor Vehicle Perspectives, y'all. Welcome. I'm not even gonna get into too much chit chat. I'm gonna just get right into it. This week has been tough. The title of this video, the topic that we are going to be discussing, is the struggle with obedience. I'm not gonna get into too much detail, but I'm gonna tell y'all just enough for y'all to kind of understand where I'm going with this. So I was asked to let go of somebody. I was asked to let go of somebody. I was asked to let go of somebody by God. God told me that in this season, I don't need to be focused on a relationship. I don't need to be focused on, too many things. I need to kind of just hone in on myself, heal myself, focus on, getting myself where I dream of being, getting myself closer to my goals. And what's funny is, I'm gonna just be honest, bro. What's funny is, I was dealing with this person for a little while. And, getting into it, it's like, I'm not gonna take it too serious. I'm gonna just kind of have fun. And then in the midst of trying to have fun, shit got serious. You feel me? Like, in the midst of trying to have fun, shit got serious. And on both parties, shit got serious. And I'm still, I'm having these emotions come up, but I'm like, dang, Rose, remember, you're not ready for all that right now. You're not ready for all that. And the flesh is so weak, because it's like, your mind is telling you, what I'm saying? Your higher person and God's voice is telling you the truth. But then in the midst of it, you're like, well, can I have my cake and eat it too? Can I do this and that at the same time? And it's like, you go through it and it feel good in the moment, but then it's like, over time you start to realize, dang, you really can't. You really gotta pick one right now, And yeah, so I basically had to let somebody go, kind of like deal with them in a different realm, like, like, just kind of put a pause on everything with them, because we both realized that we both got stuff we need to handle before taking anything serious with anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's been the most maturest situation I've ever had in my life, to be honest, with people. It's been so mature, but I'd be lying if I said it was an easy conversation to have. I'd be lying if I said it was an easy transition. It's been an easy transition. Like, I'd be lying if I said any of that. So yes, I'm just gonna say how I feel. Obedience is very, very hard. When God is telling you something in the midst of you doing something that you're currently doing that feels so good, but then it's like a voices in your head, a small little voices in your head telling you, well, it feels good, but is it what you need to do right now? Like, is that what you need to be juggling right now? It's hard. It's hard. And it takes so much strength. It takes so much strength to really tell yourself the truth and be like, well, you know what? And really just be real with God. Well, you know what, God, you right. I do gotta pick one. I do have to either pick myself or this thing, you know what I'm saying, or this person. And I tell you, it's been hard. It's been so hard to undergo, but I'm very, very grateful for the person that I am today and the person that I'm doing this with. Like, just as mature as I am, they are. And because we're both two mature beings trying to be obedient to God, but then also recognize where we're at emotionally with one another, it's made it easier than it could have been if I would have been doing this with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's as hard as it's been, I also am grateful for how mature it's been and how peaceful it's been in a way. Like, don't get me wrong, I feel how I feel, but I also recognize this transition could always be worse. It could have been way more chaotic. Things could have been way more, you know what I'm saying, like all over the place. And it's not really. The only thing I'm really struggling with is just, dang, I really gotta let this person go that I feel this much love for and this much, you know, emotions for. And I feel like this is, you know, my person for real. And it's like, okay, you gotta focus on you, Rosemary. You gotta get you where you trying to go, because honestly, ain't no relationship gonna be worth having if you're not your best version. If you're not the best version of yourself, no relationship is gonna be worth having. It's gonna be things that are gonna ruin that relationship before it even gets a chance to be as beautiful as it could be. And obedience is hard. It's hard to tell yourself the truth and then actually stand on that. It's hard standing on business. It is hard standing on business, like for real. But you know what? I came to encourage myself here too, but also encourage anybody else who is going through this, that it's okay. It's going to be okay. Do it how you see fit. Don't do it the way you feel like everybody else is doing it and how it's supposed to be done. Like, no, literally give yourself time with God or whoever you go to for your spiritual health and for your spiritual empowerment. Like, give yourself time with God and ask the questions you need to ask and give yourself time to receive those answers. One thing about God that I've realized is He not microwavable. Like, you know how we get the microwavable lunches from Walmart, Kroger's, and you pop it in the microwave and in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you got you a hot meal? Like, no, He is not a microwavable God. Like, you literally have to spend time with Him, and you literally have to ask Him questions and wait. You literally have to ask Him questions and wait. And then on top of waiting, be attentive to those signs that He gives you, those little subtle signs, those little subtle whispers that He gives you, letting you know that either what you're doing is working or what you're doing is not working. Like, in this very situation and in this season, that's what I'm learning the most, is like, you gotta take your time with things, and you gotta give God that time if you really want them answers that you're looking for. Like, you can't just be thinking like, okay, He didn't give it to me today, so shoot, on that's over with. Like, no, I'm learning so much right now in this season of life. It makes, like, it makes sense, but it's spooky, but then it's like, it's really divine, because it's like, okay God, I get it. Like, in order to get here, I gotta do this, and if I want to be here, then I have to want to do this, and it's gonna be hard. But the thing about hard stuff is, it's hard right now, but then when stuff start happening, when you start seeing the beauty in what you did, you almost forget how hard it was in the beginning, because then you start to appreciate where it's taking you, where those, you know, actions are taking you, where those sacrifices are taking you, where that obedience is taking you. So I say all of this to say, obedience is a struggle, but the fruit that comes out of it, I promise you, is gonna be worth eating. I ain't seen it just yet, but I'm hopeful for real, because I feel like, okay, God, you're not gonna leave me out to dry. Like, I know you're not gonna leave me out to dry. I know you're not gonna tell me to do something and then leave me where I'm at, you know. And that's another thing too. You gotta have faith in what you're doing. You gotta have faith. You gotta be hopeful. You gotta be positive. You gotta tell yourself, like, okay, yes, it look hard right now. Yes, it look bad right now. Yes, it feels horrible right now. But in due time, God gonna give me exactly what he promised me. You know, he gonna give me what he promised me. If I keep thinking about it, if I keep dreaming about it, if I keep hearing it in my soul, and I keep feeling it resonate with me, I know in due time the promise is going to meet me. I'm going to literally reach my promised land, as long as I am trying my best to be obedient. And one thing too, don't think you got to do stuff perfectly, because I promise you, we ain't even designed to be perfect. We're not even designed to be perfect. We are designed to do the works that he put us on this earth to do, and he made space for the mistakes we were going to make. He made space for that. I'm not saying go and purposefully make mistakes, but do not beat yourself up if you gotta try until you understand it all the way. Do not beat yourself up, because God he knows his kids. He knows exactly what we struggle with. He knows exactly what we be going through in our walks of life, and the stuff that play in on how we are. Like, he made space for all the traumas we've experienced that kind of has something to do with the way we think. Sometimes how we process stuff, how we move. He made space for all that, because he knew all of that. He's gonna turn all of the ashes into glory. He's gonna turn all of that mess into a masterpiece, as long as you keep trying and you keep fighting and you keep doing what you gotta do. So yeah, guys, that is episode 9 of Motor Vehicle Perspectives, y'all. Like I said, I'm wishing y'all the best. I'm wishing y'all the most wisdom that y'all can gain in this world, to go on your path to do what you are put on this earth to do. I'm wishing y'all so much confidence and so much love and so much peace and so much joy in this life, because the one thing about it is, we were all put here for a reason. We're all put here for a reason. We're all put here to do something before we leave. We're all put here to leave something, leave a mark, leave a piece of ourselves here on this earth before we leave and transition into the next life, you know. So I just want everybody to be hopeful. I want you to keep your head up. Keep your head up. If you gotta, we're all on a race. If you gotta slow down and sit down on a bench real quick, get you some water and get your breath, catch your breath real quick, that's fine. But do not stop. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to take a break. Like, some days are harder than others. It's okay to take a break. But when you get done with your break, you get back up and you keep going. You keep going, because I promise you, obedience breeds fruit. Obedience breeds fruit, and the fruit, everybody's always looking forward to the fruit, but not too many people want to do the work it takes to plant the seed to get that fruit. So yeah, guys, I wish y'all a happy week, peaceful week. Until next week, peace.